What would your life look like in 10 years if you lived every day with God's purpose? Have you ever stopped to imagine what that would look like? We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but what separates those who feel overwhelmed from those who live with clarity and purpose is intentional planning. Time management is not just about getting things done. It's all about aligning your actions with your deepest values and your long-term vision for your life. It means paying attention to your schedule. As Christians, this concept aligns with biblical stewardship. In Ephesians 5:15-16, Paul reminds us, quote, "Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise but as wise, making the most of every opportunity," end quote. Managing time well is an act of stewardship that will honor God. And Moses provides very wise counsel when he suggests that we start with the end in mind. Psalm 90:12 says, "So teach us to number our days that we may get a heart of wisdom." This perspective on life helps us to focus on what is most important according to God. What do you think your life expectancy is? How many days do you think you have until you reach that day? What would it look like to live every day between now and then with a sense of urgency, an urgency to make progress at becoming the person God created you to be? And you have the rest of your life to become that person. But that day will certainly come very quickly. Plan your vision with the end in mind. And let's start with the big picture, your 10-year vision. Why is this so important? Because a 10-year vision is like your North Star. It gives you direction and focus and purpose. Without it, life can be reactive, like you're just putting out fires every day. A clear vision allows you to live intentionally rather than accidentally. Take a moment to think about where you want to be in 10 years. What does your life look like spiritually, relationally, professionally, personally, and physically then, 10 years from now? Write down 1 or 2 sentences that summarize this vision for each category. One example that you read is, "My 10-year vision is to build a life of deep faith, strong family relationships, and meaningful work that impacts others while maintaining physical health and balance." You see, your vision is the foundation for everything that we're going to be talking about today. How would you describe your career, your educational achievements in 10 years, your spiritual life? Think these through, because what you do each year between now and then is going to determine what your progress will be and what you'll actually become. For this purpose, we've provided you with a 10-year life planning template to consider using. You've been working on this concept throughout all 4 courses in this program as we build up to this final course. Now it's time for you to finalize your life plan. How will you describe your future self as inspired by the Holy Spirit for your life? A 10-year plan becomes your destination, your North Star. Next is to break that down into actionable steps, starting with annual goals, because annual goals translate your long-term vision into tangible milestones that you can accomplish every year. They help you focus on what's most important each year. Make sure that your goals are SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. For example, instead of saying, "I want to lose weight," you say, "I will lose 15 pounds by eating healthier and walking 4 times a week, and I'll lose that weight by December 31st. Instead of saying, "I will read inspirational books," say, "I will read these 3 specific named books by March 15th. Things like these. Michael Hyatt would add the E and the R, which we like, to SMART goals, making them smarter. The E is exciting and the R is risky. After all, if you are not excited about your goals and your life vision, you're going to burn out quickly like spit in a hot skillet. And if your vision has no risk, it will not require God's help, which will result in a failure to learn to trust Him for those results. In the Full Focus Planner approach, you focus on 7 to 10 goals for the year, and you balance them across life domains like faith, family, career, and health. Likewise, the familiar Franklin Planner to many encourages people to link their annual goals and their core values and their personal mission. That ensures that goals aren't just tasks, but reflections of what truly matters. We're not suggesting that there is a one right planner or approach for everyone. You be you. Use what works for you. But if you're considering something different, we highly recommend the Full Focus Planner by Michael Hyatt. I've used many programs over the years, and for me, this is the best one that I have found. Try it out. You might really, really like it. Now, once your annual goals are described, you can move on to the all-important quarterly SMART or SMARTer goals. You do this by creating 90-day sprints, so to speak. Sprints, not running 100 miles, just a sprint. We must understand how impossible it is to achieve big goals in a few days or weeks. You can't do it. We take our 10-year plan and we break it down into annual specific big goals for the year. To make annual goals manageable, then, we break them down into quarterly goals, like little bite-sized pieces. 90 days is short enough to stay focused, but long enough to achieve some significant progress. You start by reviewing your annual goals and identifying 2 or 3 key goals to focus on during this quarter. Then you set clear milestones for each goal, making them specific, measurable, attainable, and realistic, time-bound, exciting, and risky. And at the end of each quarter, then you take time to reflect. Ask yourself, well, what worked? What didn't work? What needs to change for the next quarter? What did I fail to accomplish? And if it is still important, should I carry that over to the next quarter and keep working on it till I finish it? This habit keeps you aligned with your vision and also allows for course corrections. Once your quarterly SMARTer goals are clarified, you move on to monthly planning, and that's where you bridge goals and habits. Monthly planning is where goals start turning into scheduled habits. It's about identifying the steps you'll take to achieve your quarterly goals. What will be your big 2 or 3 goals to accomplish over the next 30 days? And if you achieve them, will that move you closer to completing your big 2 or 3 quarterly goals? Hopefully, yes, so that you can move the ball downfield. Consider some practical steps with your monthly goal planning. First, look back at the previous month. What did you accomplish? What lessons did you learn? Number 2 is plan the current month. What are the most important projects or milestones for this month that I have to be sure I schedule in and get done? Now, if you use a Franklin planner, take advantage of those monthly tabs to ensure insights and track progress. This is a great way to stay focused on the bigger picture while managing the details. From there, you move on to the weekly planning, which will really help you establishing focus and develop those daily habits. Why is weekly planning so vital? Because it's in the weekly planning that you will connect your monthly goals to daily action. It ensures that your week is purposeful, not reactive. Without daily action, you're just going to wander and go astray. Don't be like those children led by Moses who wandered around in the wilderness. It took them 40 years to travel 20 miles. If you use the Full Focus Planner like me, you'll engage in the 3 tasks that are going to be established every week. Number 1, celebrate wins from the previous week. Number 2, set your big 3 priorities for the coming week. And number 3, review and align your weekly tasks with your quarterly goals. You plan your week before it begins. That's important. This simple habit can save you from the urgency trap, where the loudest or most urgent tasks drown out what's truly important. We call it the tyranny of the urgent, and it interferes with progress. Rather, make sure your accomplishment is 2 or 3 main goals for each week, and don't let anything interfere with that. But when something does interfere, and it will, just carry over unfinished goals to the next week and keep moving forward. Again, as I've said, it's not a sprint. It is a marathon. Consider asking each week, what is the most important thing I can do to accomplish this week to honor my 10-year vision? Finally, we come to our daily disciplines. Winning the day requires habits that lead to long-term success. Success is built on consistent daily action. That's where the sprints take place. Consider the very wise words recorded by Paul in 2 Timothy chapter 2. He compares our lives to that of a soldier, a farmer, and a worker. And these 3 comparisons provide a powerful illustration of a life that is wholly and completely dedicated to the plan and purpose that's been laid out for them. They do not become involved in distractions from the mission that's assigned to them. They stay on target. They stay focused. They keep moving forward. Always consider your daily big three. Start each day by identifying the 3 most important tasks today that will move you closer to your weekly and your quarterly goals. Schedule focused blocks of time for your priorities. Protect these blocks from distractions and make this part of your regular daily time, place, and plan that should also include your spiritual disciplines. In the Franklin Planner method or others, you begin each day with a prioritized to-do list. Focus on tasks that align with your values and mission, and remember, even small wins every day will compound significantly over time. Reflection and accountability to the plan is crucial to forming the habits that are needed for continuous forward progress. Ask yourself every week, am I staying aligned with my vision, and how am I growing through this process? And share your goals with a trusted friend or coach or a mentor. Regularly review your planner, weekly, monthly strategies to track your progress and stay encouraged. Now, in conclusion, I want you to align your vision with planning and action. Your 10-year vision will only become a reality if you connect it to the intentional daily actions. Time and task management isn't just a skill, it's an act of stewardship. It's a way to honor God by using your time wisely. As you finish this course, be sure to clarify your 10-year vision. Set 7 to 10 clear big goals for the next year and break them down into 2 or 3 big goals for the coming quarter. Simplify it further into monthly, weekly, daily goals and habits and routines that will lead you toward the future that you dream of. You need to do this. It only takes a few minutes every day to do it well, but it must become a habit, and until you master the habit, you will never be able ever to coach anyone else into doing this for their own forward movement. Living with purpose is a journey, and every day is a new opportunity to align your life with the vision God has placed on your heart. So start today. This is your final lecture for our Certified Christian Life Coaching Program. Congratulations, you've made it. But this is just the beginning. It is the first day of the rest of your life as a leader and coach, so to speak. Count the number of days you might have left and focus. And remember, please remember, keep moving forward and stay on target.